Welcome to Charting Crypto's Commodities and Currencies. Let's jump into the charts. We always start with the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin is showing up 1.54% at this time. We do look where things are, and we can see that they have been continuing to go down. But of course, things have been slowing over these last couple of weeks. You can see on the half-day chart how it popped up. Sorry, it's a 195-minute chart. And that's literally 195 minutes, 24 hours a day on this 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart. So you can see how things have pushed up through, rolled back over, back up. Today, Doji is forming right here, first day of this latest two-day candle. Again, you can see price is holding below, has pushed through on the wick, but holding below. Again, is Bitcoin getting ready to roll over and move up on these bigger charts? That's possible as we look back in time on the half day. I mean, again, you can see that it has not really pushed through. It did way back here, where we had that green up candle. You can see it reflected on the two-day, back on the two-day candle starting the 29th of August, represent 29th and 30th. It popped up and rolled back down. So doesn't mean that it's ending. It's only the half-day chart, but the 195-minute chart, but we'll keep an eye on it, see which way Bitcoin's going to go. I'm hoping it'll pull back farther. You can see where it touched down to about this same point back on the 12th of June. So don't know if that's going to end up being a potential floor. We shall wait, watch, and see. We'll pay attention to that. Mark that in your show notes. What about Ethereum? Up a little bit for the day, 0.82%. You can see on the half-day chart. I said it again. I'm so used to saying it. It's only been doing it. We've only been calling it that for 10 years. What we have to call it when we're talking about these 24-hour-a-day charts, though, is the 195-minute, because that's what it is, technically. Two-day chart, 2 days is still 2 days. What do we see going on there? It is below the weekly trend line and staying below it. And again, the 195-minute chart also is below it. And again, we just see things continuing to move down in Ethereum. That's fine. Want it to reset too, and hope that we can get a good up move. Now, we look at Bitwise, 10 crypto index fund. That's top 10 cryptocurrencies weighted as per market share. That's just sort of sliding sideways. We can see for many days now as it has done that. It has moved above that weekly trend line on all of the charts. And we'll just wait, watch, and see. We've got a doji right now this week, indecision. We saw that back 2 weeks ago. Tried to make some up moves last week, but nothing has taken off. Market is waiting for something, and I guess it will be coming at some time in the future, as it always does. Let's look at the gasoline fund. We saw where it had peaked most recently, back on the week beginning the 7th of August, and then sort of rolled over. Well, last week started moving up. We talked about that. Up a little higher this week, up for the day, 0.48%. Overall oil, same kind of thing. It most recently peaked and then rolled over back on the week again, beginning the 7th. 2 weeks of sort of down moves, and then starting on the 28th of August, the week beginning then, and then last week, the week beginning the 5th of September, we saw oil starting to move up. So again, there is always a bright spot somewhere. Recently, it's been in energy. It's not been in wheat. Wheat still going down. Was an up day for wheat, 1.20% in an overall market that's been continuing to just crush down. Corn, the same way. Corn bottomed out most recently back on the 14th of August, the week beginning then. About the same the next week, the 21st. And then just sort of spinning sideways and tending down since then. Hasn't gotten to that prior low from back in August yet. But again, down there around the bottom doldrums. Sugarcane, which had popped up there in May, up to May, slid sideways, tried to get going a little bit in mid-June, then sort of died there at the beginning of July, and then slid sideways until most recently, starting in late August, moving up. Sugarcane taking off. So that's where we are on commodities. It's always interesting what's going on with real things in the real world. And let's also go to the real world and currencies. We saw where all of our major currencies really popped up strong the weeks beginning the 10th of July and the 17th of July, and then sort of rolled over in late July and have been moving down since then. Now, same goes with the euro. Then we go on to the Swiss franc. Same thing there. As the dollar again continues, its inexorable upward move until it doesn't anymore. We look at the yen, same kind of thing. We saw the yen try to pop up in mid-July, and then, of course, it rolled over and crushed. Lastly, we saw the Canadian dollar, same kind of thing, end of July, and then rolling down. This week, it's moved above that weekly trend line for the first time in 5-6 weeks. But again, where's it going to go? Don't know. We can keep an eye on it. That's the only bright spot I see in the currencies. So that's where we are, folks, this week with cryptos, commodities, and currencies. We love to bring that to you once a week. So you got something else to look at, some real world stuff outside the bounds of your typical indexes, stocks, market ETFs. These are just some interesting other things for you to look at. See what's practice tradable and give it a shot. We always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. God bless my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.